huge niche for you, speaking with medical professionals, but you also have many non-medical professionals on your team as well. But I know that they were looking for a little bit more nuggets on that, so you want to connect?
Okay, yeah, it's kind of a niche market, and you never, I just want to put this out there, you can be successful in Isagenix and never enroll a medical professional. But here's what I do know, is that everybody needs what we have, everybody benefits from what we have, everybody will hear about what we have, and everybody likes or has a use for money. Am I right?
Right.
Okay, so the healthcare professionals are no exception, and here's what I also know about us. If you see clients, patients, it's the same thing, is they care about people. And that's why they got the profession they were at. I don't think they realized what would consume of their life. And what happens is that they have a life, you know, in taking care of patients, and they have a life away. But they blend, and there's really, they don't have the time freedom that we have. So it's like me, I love doing what I did, but I didn't like having to show up. And you know, probably the highest pays a neurosurgeon, if we have in their rooms, you know, you get paid, just like Ralph's talking about, to show up. But when you can't show up, you know, you're sick yourself, or something comes up, you're not going to get paid. And so we offer them a chance to understand residual income. The other thing that we know is that they have huge financial needs, just like I talked about, and they're already very busy. So if you come to them and say, have a great business opportunity, it's not happening, because they already love their profession. They know what they want to do. They've spent their money, their time, their life doing this. And and if you come in there and you're the patient and they're the physician, you know, you need to respect their position. And so you need to come in a spirit of humility, and the best way you can approach your medical doctor is by changing who you are. If you have some weight issues, change that. If you have energy issues, change that up, because they're going to take notice. They live in a human body just like you do, and they have the same issues you do. So you can't go in there and tell them what to do. That's not going to happen. So I do a lot of trade shows. We love the medical professional niche, and what you need to do, or what I do, is we validate. We have the science. Isagenix has the science to validate all day long. And I've got some cool charts. You guys have all seen the chart with, maybe Ralph, you can help me out here.
Sure.
Okay, so the charts that we like to use, and if I'm at a show, here's the thing, you cannot get too technical with these guys. And I talk about telomeres, and to me in my business, if I don't talk about telomeres, I don't do a president's pack. It just doesn't happen. So if I was going to talk to a physician about telomeres, I'd say, you know about telomeres, right? And they go, oh yeah, even if they don't know. And I refresh their memory, you know, say, you know, the little capsule in the DNA that every time your cells divide and replicate, you lose a few. It's not a good idea to lose your telomeres. So make it, you know, simple. And I don't get into the ashwagandha, the shilajit, and all that stuff, because even though I know all that stuff, that's not duplicatable, you guys. And if we want to get these guys to understand residual income and duplicate themselves, they've got to really kind of dumb it down for the rest of us and have the knowledge and bring it out when you need to, and that's what I do. But I'll show them these charts. And here, you guys use these Isagenix tools. I have everything. So you guys have seen this one, if you can zero in on that. But this is the one that's got, of course, Elizabeth there, and I always tell everybody this is my good friend, so they love that. But, you know, use that kind of stuff, and okay, they don't understand about toxicity. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but they're living in a body themselves. You got to realize this. So they're dealing with the same issues, and this is your golden nugget, you guys. So use this kind of stuff. Be careful. Stay compliant. Do not use medical terminology. And here's the other thing. A lot of physicians are going to say, well, this is all great, but I don't like network marketing. And you know what I do? I agree with them. I say, yeah, I get that. That's where I was too. But this is what I found. It's kind of like the feel, felt, found thing. But I say the important thing here is that you don't discount or negate the efficacy, the value of our products because of the way they're marketed. And we have an exceptional plan just for you guys. And we show them about the professional retail program. Now, if you are not aware of this program, it is in your back office. and it is an exclusive, basically the physician, the healthcare practitioner has to be able to see patients, they have to have appointments, that kind of thing, they have to have brick and mortar. You can't be working out of your house, so it's a very exclusive program. But they like this because it gives them a couple options. Number one, it gives them the ability to do retail if they want. And they're used to that kind of a marketing plan. So I wrote down words. See, I don't keep track of this stuff too much. But, okay, it's under resources, if you're taking notes. It's under the professional retail program, then the pilot program, then it's the registration kit, okay, and then professional pricing. Now here's the great thing. These guys know that they like this, they like the money, and they like the 100% markup. Thank you. Also in the, and so you're gonna print this out. Now when I go to a healthcare professional, I pretend I'm a drug rep. Anybody see what drug reps do? You probably have drug reps in the office, right? So they're used to samples, they're used to things like that. They're used to things happening very fast, and they like literature. Nobody else on the planet likes literature except for a healthcare professional, am I right? Okay. And so if you tell them they're going to find everything online, it's not going to happen. So if you want them to read, and they will read, occasionally I'll give them a catalog because they'll like devour that thing. And I've never read our catalog, just to give you a heads up. I think I scanned through it once. I'm like, dang, there's some good stuff in here. But what you're going to do is earmark. Now, those little charts I showed you are in our catalog, you guys. What's a catalog? A buck? Okay, they're going to love that thing. That's going to be like their Isagenix Bible. And you're going to earmark the pages that have the science, because they're all about the science. They got in the profession because they want to validate, right? And we have the science behind what we have. That's why we love what we have. And that's really what attracted me here. But I had to realize I had to leave that. If I was going to duplicate and clone myself, I had to become a residual income expert. And so what we do on the professional program is we tell them they have the beauty of doing it both ways. And we talk about time freedom and that kind of thing. And then we talk about the residual income and how they, you know, other people I know have to show up to get paid and that kind of thing. And then we offer them, of course, the markup on the retail program. Now, it's about 100% markup, so they like those kind of numbers. I've had guys tell me like, oh, I have to just hire a whole other office staff to handle this. I'm like, no, this is so easy. You can basically just call the orders in. You don't have to stock any product and that kind of stuff. So you have to, when you're talking with professionals, you have to kind of answer their questions and read their mind before they can get there, because they're chalking up all these things, why not to do it. So because we've been able to do this, we have at least 30 physicians under us, and some are using the professional retail. They order a lot of products. Some are catching on to the residual. They love it. But here's what we do. If you're thinking about setting up an account for someone, the company actually will allow you to just set up an account. Okay, 29 bucks, they get an ID number, but we don't do it that way. Okay, we demand that they come in with a pack. Does anybody know why? Price of the product. What else?
Volume.
What's that?
Volume.
Volume. There's one more you guys are missing. It's duplicatable. Okay, so how is your business going to grow? Okay, nobody, and I know you guys know this, but you've got to, we all have to get a handle on this thing. The only way how do we make money in Isagenix?
Product.
When product moves. My team knows this. You do not make volume in Isagenix when you sign up someone. Okay? You do not make Isagenix when you connect with someone. You make money in Isagenix when product moves through your organization, right?
Right.
If no product moves, nobody in this room is getting paid. So we want them to understand that. So right up front, it's like, which pack do you want? And this is what we tell them. The business builder pack is only $1,200 bucks. I mean, that's crazy. So I think, who else was saying that? Was it you, Todd? But you're almost kind of embarrassed to tell them it's only like $1,000, right? So if I talk about children support, they're at least getting that. And they're all gonna say, oh, I gotta try the product first. We're like, absolutely. You have to try the product first. And that's why the first pack is your own personal pack for your personal use. After that, then what we do is we are able to get your information together to qualify you. That's a big word, you guys. Qualify to enter the professional retail program. Their first order at that level has to be $500. So if I'm at a trade show or I'm at an office with the doc, this is kind of interesting. I met with a podiatrist. I had met this gal, just to give you an example of how this works. My mother was having her toenails clipped at the podiatrist, and I took her, and it was one of those divine appointments. And she asked me what I did, and I told her, she goes, I need that. And she says, I'm too busy now, but can you come over this weekend? I said, absolutely. So I brought someone with me. Why do you think you take someone along? Validation. It's a third-party call right there. I brought my sister, who happens to be another nurse, so pull in somebody that's a little medical. So she gave her story too, and we told her about telomeres. You can see she signed up on the spot, and I got all her information on the spot. There's a few things you need. You need their business license. If I'm at a trade show, I have a smartphone with me, so I take a, they all have their license on them. They do. Take a picture of their license, okay? To get with these guys twice, it's not going to happen. So you get it the first time, and the forms are right here. You have them fill them out right there on the spot. They sign everything, bam. You get their EIN number. It's really important they run this through their businesses, you guys. They already make a lot of money. You don't want to add any, undue stress to their life. So those are the kind of things. Not much you need, guys, but you need this. Fax it in within like 48 hours. They'll take care of them. Once they're in the program, they actually get a nice little button at the back, and they can order their own products. Initially, you may have to help them a little bit, but is it worth it? I just had a doc that cycled 60 times because he figured out how to put in 2 people, okay? But before that, he just gathered points. So do they move a lot of products for their office? Absolutely. It's not their first love until it becomes their first love. And so that's really how this thing happens. And I can pull the audience. Let me ask you, the medical professionals, if you could raise your hand in the audience. Okay, let me ask you, keep your hands up. Who of you came in for the products? Keep your hands up if you came in. Kept your hands down again. Who came in here for the business? Okay, you guys, there's very few hands up. Now let me ask you the third question. Who came in for the products and is now interested in the business? Okay, you guys, this is a huge clue. So remember, it's all about products, but you have to show them that time freedom, really, if you're going to replicate, duplicate, or you just got another product user on your hand, you guys. So that's about it. If you guys
That's awesome, Carol. Thank you. Great nuggets there.